Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Sarthak webinar series. Today, we are going to talk about Sarthak's 12 years journey of inclusion and empowerment, road ahead for disability empowerment in North India. What we want to do today is, of course, today is the 12th anniversary of Sarthak Educational Trust. And the panelists out here are the ones responsible for contributing to Sarthak's success. This is a story time session. It is not a question hour session and it's not a monologue. Why do I call it a storytelling session? Because stories are narrated from the heart. And these panelists have worked from the heart. तो आज कुछ दिल की बात हो जाए. हमारा पैनल में आज का जो थीम है वो कुछ दिल की बात होगी. क्योंकि when we think from the mind, we come up with a business plan. But when we work from the heart, we work with spontaneity. We work with seva bhav. When we think from the mind, we get sympathy. And when we work from the heart, we get empathy. We are talking of persons with disability, PWDs, Divyangjans, whatever you may like to term them, but they are one of us. Now, Dr. Jitendra Agarwal, he's the founder CEO of Sarthak Education Trust. And he and I had a discussion on how this panel was comprised and how each one of the panelists out here have made a difference in his life. I want the viewers to understand that by learning from them, by hearing their stories, you can be the next person to bring out another Jitendra Agarwal in some other part of India or some other part of the world. क्योंकि क्या होता है कि हम सब में सेवा भाव तो बहुत होता है, लेकिन when it comes to action, there are a whole lot of doubts which come to mind. So maybe after hearing the stories of each of these panelists, you'll be able to get over those doubts and get into action right away. And now in this COVID era, we've been given the time to sit back, introspect, and think of and reimagine a world outside. But it's been a great leveler. We've all been locked down. And our PWD friends, majority of them, have been locked down for years together. And we, in just 4 months, we are fed up of being locked down. Suddenly, the office becomes a more attractive proposition. Suddenly, the Monday mornings seems to be very bright. Well, now is the time to reimagine and recreate the world outside. Because COVID is a great leveler now, since work from home is the new normal, our PWD friends are on same par as any of us. So, जैसे मैं कह रहा हूँ कि दिल की बात हो जाए, तो मैं पैनलिस्ट से भी ये कहूँगा कि आज दिल से बोलें. तो पहले मैं आना चाहूँगा डॉक्टर दिनेश जैन से. By the way, I would have liked to read out whatever bio that's been given to me, but that's all available on the net. If you look up Google Mata, they will tell you what all our panelists have done. What I'm going to do as an introduction is something that is not written on Google. It's not known to many people. And I want the viewers to understand and appreciate that. So Dr. Dinesh Jain, he's a BDS in dentistry. And Dr. Jain, I believe you're from the same college as Dr. Agarwal. You're not only a good friend of his, but you're a great mental support to him. And in those crucial years, in 2004 to 2008, when Dr. Agarwal had lost his eyesight, he was from the same college as you are, and he was a dentist also. You were a mental support, you were a rock to him. And you brought him out to do something, a different kind of career, a different life. Now, my question to you is, how did you even think of managing a person and making him a CEO of a company like Sarthak today? There would have been doubts, look, in case things don't go well, then you could have wrecked Dr. Agarwal's career. There have been so many doubts of these kinds that have come to your mind. And how did you see Dr. Agarwal's career in future. So I would like our viewers to understand how COs are made and how a disability becomes a strength. And over to you, Dr. Dinesh. Please share your experiences.
Thank you, Atul sir. Good afternoon, everybody. मुझे याद है अराउंड 2008 स्टार्टिंग में डॉक्टर जितेंद्र अग्रवाल एंड मी यूज टू टॉक ए लॉट. नई नई प्रैक्टिस थी, टाइम बहुत था, फ़ोन पे बात करते रहते थे. डॉक्टर जितेंद्र अग्रवाल बहुत ऐसा लगता था कि भाई कुछ बंद हो गया है, एंड ऑफ द रोड है. हम बहुत डिस्कस करते थे क्या करना चाहिए, कैसे करना चाहिए. देन मुझे पता चला नैब के बारे में, एक सॉफ्टवेयर है जॉज के बारे में. मैंने जितेंद्र को बताया कि भी इसको ट्राई करते हैं. तो वी वेंट टू नैब एंड देन ही नेवर लुक बैक. उसने जॉज सीखा. प्राइमरी तो एम यही था कि जॉज सीख के, सॉफ्टवेयर सीख के कुछ अर्निंग का सोर्स बनाया जाए. हालांकि उनके फादर बहुत तैयार थे कि भाई मैं एक सर्टेन अमाउंट दे देता हूँ, आप आराम से लाइफ जी सकते हैं. बट उन्होंने इसको एग्री नहीं किया. उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं, मैं कुछ करूँगा, चाहे कुछ भी करूँ. तो स्टार्टिंग तो यही था कि मेडिकल ट्रांसक्रिप्शन का काम करेंगे, और जॉज सॉफ्टवेयर सीख के उन्होंने अपना शुरू किया. उन्होंने एम्स में 2-4 लेक्चर भी दिए, बट उससे कुछ बात नहीं बनी. तो फिर कुछ ध्यान आया कि नहीं, कुछ करते हैं इस फील्ड में. देन वी स्टार्टेड दिस सार्थक. इनिशियली it started in a very small room with limited resources, limited infrastructure. Then by seeing his work, I can say Mr. Ranjan Chopra is there. He noticed him that he is doing something good, and he holded his hand, and very firmly he held it. And till date, he is along with him. Thank you so much, Ranjan Chopra sir. आज हमारे पास बहुत अच्छे हमारा एडवाइजरी बोर्ड है, बहुत अच्छी प्रोग्रेस की है. डॉक्टर जितेंद्र अग्रवाल ने 18 घंटे काम किया है. हम जितनी देर पहले बात करते थे, अब शायद हफ्ता ही बात नहीं कर पाते हैं. वो खुद इतना बिजी हो गए हैं. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. आज मैं एक पैनलिस्ट को सुन रहा था कि मेरी लाइफ ख़त्म हो गई थी. मुझे लगता है कि मुझे एक डॉक्टर जितेंद्र अग्रवाल उनके अंदर भी दिखाई दिया आज, कि उनके अंदर इतना हौसला था कि भाई मैं अब कुछ कर सकता हूँ. और अब विज़न तो बहुत बड़ा है, और जिस तरीके से काम कर रहे हैं वो मुझे लगता नहीं कि बहुत बड़ा रहेगा. डॉक्टर जितेंद्र अग्रवाल बहुत डेडिकेटेड हैं, और उनकी प्योरिटी और उनकी हम्बलनेस को देखते हुए ही ये छोटा सा पौधा एक इतना बड़ा पेड़ बना है. आई थैंक यू ऑल, जिन्होंने इस जर्नी में यहाँ तक साथ दिया, और मुझे पता है कि आगे भी बहुत लोग बहुत आगे तक हमारे साथ चलेंगे. Thank you very much.
Three things which I found very notable to repeat. One is, of course, the JAWS software, JAWS JAWS software, how technology has helped a person like Dr. Jitendra Agarwal, whose eyesight got impaired, to write emails, to listen to emails and respond to them. And you can try it even today. If you write an email to Dr. Jitendra Agarwal, you will get a response before the end of the day, if not within a few hours. And that is JAWS. Second, आपने जैसे कहा हौसला, spirit, vision. And I can tell you one thing, that I think Dr. Jitendra Agarwal, despite being, let's say, visually impaired, has got a better vision than many of us. Definitely me. I can't see that far as he can see. And the third part, well, he started off small, medical transcription. He had a skill, he was from the medical field, he started with medical transcriptions. And then he didn't take help from his father. He wanted to do something on his own. So hard work pays, and that's where we are today. Now, you did mention Mr. Ranjan Chopra. So I'll come over to Mr. Ranjan. Ranjan, you happen to be my senior from IIT Kanpur. I think 2 years my senior. You're 83 batch.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm told you're a chef, you're a restaurant owner, you're a musician, you play top, you're a saxophone player, philanthropist, helping in creating artificial limbs and educating the poor. And above all, you're a great supporter of Sarthak. Now, what people don't know that Ranjan also provided space for where Sarthak's office is today. From way back in 2012, not only the office in Mohammadpur, but he paid for the rent, he paid for the electricity, and all such utilities which are being used in that office all the way till today, and hopefully if going further also. Not only that, it's not just a support by just giving space and paying for it. He has walked the talk. He has trained Sarthak trainees and absorbed some of those trainees in his own venture, Team Computers. I'm told that right now the IT department is being headed by a hearing impaired person, which was trained by Sarthak, and he has risen to that post due to the grooming that Ranjan and his team did. He has been constantly egging us on in Sarthak to become more, to scale up, to become global. It was his idea to have a global resource center, and Sarthak got this land from the Haryana government. And Ranjan, so what motivated you to do all of the above? And when you hired and groomed the person who's your IT in charge, what was your thinking? How did you integrate the person, groom him to take more responsibilities? I want the viewers to understand an employer's point of view. Employer taking risk. Team Computers once wasn't so big. Today it is. Today there are more than 1,200 employees in that. But to be able to do this and make a business out of it, a successful business out of it, we need to hear from him. So as an employer's view, Ranjan, over to you.
Thank you. Thanks, Atul. Good to know that you're also from IITK. Dr. Jiten Agarwal is one of my heroes. अब hero होता कौन है? जिसको मुश्किलें आती हैं, problems आती हैं, and we kind of go beyond that. बहुत सारे लोग लेने के मोड में रहते हैं कि मैं और क्या ले सकता हूँ. कुछ लोग देने के मोड में आ जाते हैं, वो हीरो बन जाते हैं. तो डॉक्टर जितेंद्र जब उनको चैलेंजेस आई विजन की, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ गेटिंग वरीड अबाउट इट, ही सेड मैं अगर परेशान हो जाऊंगा तो मेरे से तो और भी दूसरे बेहतर वर्स कंडीशन में बहुत सारे लोग हैं, तो व्हाट कैन आई डू फॉर देम? एंड ऑल इट रिक्वायर्ड वाज वन मीटिंग विद हिम. प्रोफेसर अशोक कपूर, आई रिमेम्बर, एक संडे को आए उनको लेके, कई साल पहले, 2008 की बात है शायद, कि ऐसा ऐसा एक जगह चाहिए. मैंने कहा आज संडे है, अच्छी बात है, चलिए देखिए, पसंद आया, मंडे से स्टार्ट हो गए. तो आज जो है मजे की बात यह है कि सार्थक ने मेरे को एक अपॉर्चुनिटी दी कुछ सेवा करने की. ये अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी बात है. दूसरी चीज मैंने नोट किया कि जिंदगी जैसे एक हवन है, सार्थक भी एक हवन कुंड की तरह है जिसमें हम सब थोड़ी सामग्री डाल रहे हैं. तो मेरे को भी कुछ मौका मिला उसमें डालने का, और मैंने बहुत जल्दी रियलाइज किया कि इतने सारे अच्छे लोग जुड़ गए जो देने के मोड में. आप सब जितने भी पैनल में अभी देख रहे हैं, एंड मेनी मोर. अब तो सार्थक काफी साल पहले नेशनल हो गया, और अब वी गोइंग ग्लोबल, एंड इट्स अमेजिंग व्हाट वी आर डूइंग. तो सबको मौका मिला इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे कंट्रीब्यूट करने का, एंड हेंस अच्छे कर्म कमाने का. सो आई एम एक्चुअली ग्रेटफुल टू डॉक्टर अग्रवाल, डॉक्टर दिनेश जैन, एंड टू ऑल ऑफ अस. आई थिंक इट्स लाइक मेंशन्ड ऑलरेडी, बहुत अच्छा बोर्ड है सार्थक का. एंड और ये मेरे को लगता है सार्थक की शुरुआत है, और जिस स्पीड से, वेलोसिटी से, रफ्तार से हम बढ़ रहे हैं, ये बहुत आगे जाएगा सार्थक। एंड so that is one thing I wanted to share. एक चीज आप मिस कर गए मेरे बायोडेटा में कि मैं फार्मर भी बन गया हूँ। तो
अच्छा।
एंड आई एम वेरी प्राउड ऑफ इट। लोग खेती छोड़ के शहर आते हैं, मैं उल्टा काम कर रहा हूँ। इनफैक्ट कल जा रहा हूँ उत्तराखंड में, मतलब एक अंदर अपने अपनाने का होता, तो मैंने उत्तराखंड को अपना लिया कि यहाँ कुछ बड़े उसमें सेवा करेंगे। तो मेरे माइंड में एक और है सेवा का, जानवरों की, पशु पक्षियों की, और पेड़ों की, पौधों की, मधुमक्खियों की। तो इस उम्र में आके अब काफी लेट वो सारी चीजें मेरे को रियलाइज हो रही है कि व्हाट इज लाइफ, लाइफ में कितने कलर्स हैं और क्या क्या हम कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं। तो फार्मिंग इज वन डायरेक्शन आई एम गोइंग इनटू, एंड आई एम वेरी एक्साइटेड अबाउट इट व्हाइल आई एम डूइंग ऑल द अदर थिंग्स। तो म्यूजिक का तो आजकल समय कम ही मिलता है, बिकॉज सुनने वाले नहीं मिलते और रिमोटली उतना मजा नहीं आता। तो कोविड, थैंक्स टू कोविड, टीम कंप्यूटर्स की जो आपने बात की, वी आर अबाउट 3000 पीपल नाउ, नॉट 1200 पीपल। एंड अब वो भी एक, जैसे सार्थक एक इन्होंने कहा कि पौधा था, पौधा बड़ा हो गया, वो भी एक अपने आप में एक बड़ा पेड़ हो गया, फल दे रहा है और अपने एक मोमेंटम में है। और एज अ पेरेंट और एज अ को फाउंडर मेरी इच्छा ये है कि वो अपना चलता रहे। और जो शुरू में तो जब सार्थक के बच्चे आए तो वो एक एक्सपेरिमेंट था, लोगों को बताना पड़ता था कि भाई आप ट्राई करो, ठीक है, किसी को दिखाई नहीं दे रहा, कोई बात नहीं, काम करेंगे बढ़िया, या सुनाई कम दे रहा है तो उसके बाद जो लोगों ने रियलाइज किया कि बच्चे तो बड़े अच्छे काम करते हैं, वो एकदम सिंसियर हैं, डेडिकेटेड हैं, और उनकी प्रोडक्टिविटी जो आउटपुट है वो बहुत गुना ज्यादा है दूसरों से। तो उसके बाद समझाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी। शुरू के मेरे को याद है कि करीब 8-10 साल पहले जो हम राउंड टेबल्स करते थे हॉस्पिटैलिटी का, कि जिंजर होटल और कैफे कॉफी डे, स्टारबक्स, वो वाले जब हमने किए, कि वो वाले हमारे बच्चे, जो सार्थक के बच्चे, वहां जब एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिलने लगी, आई वाज सुपर प्राउड ऑफ दैट कि यू नो सार्थक हैज बीन, क्योंकि जो अलग हट के जो बात मेरे को सार्थक की शुरू से लगी, it's not just training, it's not just providing a platform, it is also helping people get jobs. तो मैंने जो KPI, जब भी मैं मिलता था डॉक्टर अग्रवाल को, मैं एक ही क्वेश्चन मेरा रहता था कि डॉक्टर अग्रवाल कितने बच्चों को नौकरियां मिली। तो क्योंकि जब बच्चों को जॉब्स मिलेंगे, बाकी काम तो खुद कर ही लेंगे वो, यू नो, एंड तो getting people employment is critical and key and special feature of सार्थक। तो बहुत सारे एनजीओ हैं, बहुत सभी अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं अपने अपने फील्ड में, सार्थक बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहा है। ये एक बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग, और मैं हमेशा गर्व के साथ बहुत सारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे बात करने का मौका मिलता है, और एक तरह मेरे बायोडेटा में सार्थक ने सबसे ऊपर वो जगह ली हुई है। जब मैं शेयर करता हूँ कि अपनी जिंदगी में मैं कौन सी चीजों के बारे में बहुत प्राउड फील करता हूँ और गर्व फील करता हूँ, और सार्थक इज वन ऑफ देम। एंड इंटरेस्टिंग बात यह है कि मेरा रोल कैटलिस्ट के अलावा और कुछ रहा नहीं है। हल्का सा कैटलिस्ट, जिसको कहते हैं थोड़ा सा नज किया, थोड़ा सा सपोर्ट किया, थोड़ा पॉजिटिव आउटलुक रखना, कर सकते हैं डॉक्टर, करिए, हो जाएगा, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट। एंड क्योंकि माइंड में डाउट्स वो आते हैं, तो काफी लोग सुन रहे होंगे, जो बच्चे सुन रहे होंगे उनके लिए भी, कि जो डर है और फियर है, और उसको थोड़ा अपने से दूर रखें। गुरुजी श्री श्री रविशंकर जी कई बार कहते हैं और आते रहते हैं हमारे यहाँ, कि माइंड को, दिमाग को जितना हम पॉजिटिव रखेंगे, नई नई पॉसिबिलिटीज आती रहेंगी। नहीं तो वो शंका जो है, डाउट और फियर से हमारा माइंड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करेगा और हमें वो चीजें नहीं दिखेंगी जो हम कर सकते हैं। तो आई वुड वांट सार्थक टू कंटिन्यू इन दिस मोमेंटम ऑफ स्टेइंग पॉजिटिव एंड थिंकिंग बिग, जो ऑलरेडी कर रहा है सार्थक, बड़ा सोच रहा है कि हम और लोगों को कितने सारे बच्चे हैं जिनको हमारी जरूरत हो सकती है, जिनको हम सहायता कर सकते हैं, हम कुछ दे सकते हैं. So I am super proud of Sarthak. Thank you, Atul.
Thank you, Ranjan. Some pointers which we need to remember. One is the giving bhav. The other thing you talked about Havan and Samagri. I think that is a very important thing for all the listeners here. कि unless सामग्री नहीं डालेंगे तो हवन कैसे होगा. तो सामग्री से ही हवन में आग और पैदा होती है और उसी से ब्लेसिंग्स आती हैं. आप लोग हवन हवन क्यों करते हैं? थोड़ी ब्लेसिंग्स चाहिए, थोड़ा अच्छा वातावरण बनेगा. फिर तीसरी चीज, एज एन एम्प्लॉयर ही टॉक्ड अबाउट ट्राई करो. You know, from a try karo to give, first of all giving the an opportunity, then try karo, and suddenly from those जो बच्चों की जिन्होंने बात की वो आगे बढ़ते गए. तो वो try karo was a catalyst really. That is the catalyzing agent that he provided, and followed up with Sarthak, through Sarthak, to be how are these kids doing in future. Let me come to Subor Khanna ji, founder, president of Vodox Global Services. I believe, Subor, you also an IMA alum, and I believe you're one of the first employers of Sarthak trainees. You took some 8 people way back in 2008.
That's right.
And some of them have gone on to do bigger jobs in their careers. So what
Right.
motivated you to take PWD employees at that time? There was no government mandate. Sarthak was not so well known. There was a risk as the infrastructure hadn't evolved to support PWDs, and yet you took that risk. I'm sure that those PWDs express their gratitude to you for providing them the plank to grow big. Please tell us more about those initial set of trainees and their progress in their careers, because I am told that you still know about where they have gone, what they've done, and you have been, as what Ranjan said, the catalyst in making their career bigger. So please tell us.
I can't take credit for anything. I think it was destined to be. I used to run a medical transcription company. I still do, actually. So I used to run this transcription company, and we used to have this industry body meetings. मेरे ऑफिस में हुआ करती थी. 4-5 हम इंडस्ट्री ओनर्स, बिजनेस ओनर्स मिला करते थे अक्सर. And we used to, talk about various industry stuff. तो एक मीटिंग में एक हमारे फेलो मेंबर हैं, वो आए, उन्होंने कहा कि ऐसे ऐसे करके एक जितेंद्र जी हैं, एंड he wants to see us and he wants to do something for the people who are visually impaired. हमारी मीटिंग वही, हम कमरे में बैठे हुए थे, जितेंद्र जी बाहर बैठे हुए थे. एक मीटिंग थी हमारी, मीटिंग कोई 1.5-2 घंटे चलती रही. मैंने बाहर, मुझे पता नहीं था कि एसी ऑन नहीं हो, बेचारे गर्मी में बाहर बैठे हुए थे, सिटिंग आउटसाइड. 1.5-2 घंटे के बाद वो आए, उन्होंने अपना बताया कि वो क्या करना चाहते हैं. बात वहाँ खत्म हो गई. हमने कहा ठीक है जी, हम सोचते हैं, कुछ करते हैं. अगली मीटिंग में वो फिर जितेंद्र जी अपना आ गए कि फिर अगेन मुझे ध्यान आया कि अरे तो बाहर बैठे हुए, फिर उनको बुलाया, उन्होंने किया. 1-2 मीटिंग ऐसी हुई, something clicked. I said, this man has the perseverance to come without expecting anything. He had no idea कि हम क्या करेंगे, क्या नहीं करेंगे. वो हर बारी आके बेचारे आके बैठते थे. So मैंने कहा कि अच्छा जितेंद्र जी, आप जब शुरू कीजिए, दिखाइए कि क्या कर रहे हैं, क्या कहाँ से शुरू कर रहे हैं. तो उन्होंने कहा कि आप करेंगे. मैंने कहा ठीक है जी, करते हैं, आप दिखाइए क्या है. उन्होंने मुझे अपने सेंटर बुलाया, जहाँ आई थिंक वेस्ट दिल्ली में उनका कोई क्लिनिक था पहले. उस क्लिनिक में उन्होंने, जब मैं क्लिनिक पहुंचा तो छोटी सा क्लिनिक था, जो वहाँ से वो अपना प्रैक्टिस रन करा करते थे. और उन्होंने, मैं जब वहाँ गया तो देखा कि उनकी मशीन्स थी, जो डेंटिस्ट वाली मशीन थी, उन्होंने अपनी मशीनें साइड रख के और कुछ कहीं से 7-8 कंप्यूटर टेबल्स लाए थे और कुछ कंप्यूटर किसी से अरेंज किए थे. आई थिंक कहाँ से लिए थे मुझे पता नहीं, बट सम पीपल हु हैड डोनेटेड टू हिम. जब मैं पहली बार बच्चों से मिला वहाँ पर जाके, उस समय कुछ बच्चे भी आए हुए थे, तो मैंने देखा कि ये बच्चे कहाँ से आ रहे हैं. दे कमिंग फ्रॉम राजस्थान, हरियाणा, very financially disadvantaged children. तो मैंने कहा यार, I mean obviously, and we did a round of screening as well. दिमाग में तो आया अभी करेंगे कैसे, मतलब that's the first thing, because कोई टेम्पलेट तो था नहीं. एंड जो इंडस्ट्री, हमारी इंडस्ट्री है, द क्वालिटी the standards are very high. I mean, you know, if you look it up, I mean, we are supposed to deliver our products 99% accuracy consistently every day and day in and day out. But, you know, again, as I said, I mean, something clicked. मैंने कहा चलिए अब कीजिए. अब वो बच्चों की ट्रेनिंग शुरू हुई है, वो 4 महीने में नॉर्मल हो जाती है, उनकी 6 महीने तो ट्रेनिंग हुई, फिर बच्चे हमारे पास आए, यू नो, जॉस सॉफ्टवेयर था, हमें पता ही था क्या होता है जॉस सॉफ्टवेयर. जितेंद्र जी ने बताया कि भाई ऐसे ऐसे करते हैं. हमने कहा चलिए, यू नो, लेट्स स्टार्ट विद दिस एंटायर एक्सरसाइज. But you know what really drove me to do this is because I saw this man, you know, working extremely hard with a lot of passion to give these children an opportunity. And I figured that, you know, I mean, this was the least that I could do as a person, you know, that you could provide a platform for them, because you know, कि at least एक opportunity तो मिले इनको कुछ करने की. But rest is history. I think Jitendra ji went from strength to strength. The children did very well. I mean, I have to share some of the children, you know, the sheer perseverance of the children themselves was so high that, you know, it inspired me. We used to have a boy called Yogesh. He was completely visually impaired. He used to take a train from Sonipat every single day and come to my office in Shahpur Jat. उससे मेरा ऑफिस शाहपुर जाट में होता था. 2-2.5 घंटे वो लड़का आने में लगाता था, जाने में लगाता था. You know, जब आप इनको इतनी मेहनत करते हुए देखते हो, तो आपको खुद में ही एक, you know, एक आपका एक इमोशन जागता है कि आप कहते हैं कि आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते, तो कम से कम एक अपॉर्चुनिटी दीजिए. अभी, you know, none of us did any favor to anyone. We just gave them an opportunity. They took the opportunity with both hands, and then they went from strength to strength. अब आप देखिए, you know, all these children have done so well. Yogesh is now, I believe, a probationary officer at a bank. You know, one of the boys is now working with Tech Mahindra. One of them is actually wanted to do teaching, so ultimately gravitated into teaching. Is apparently now principal at a school. And then there is another one who's also working in a very good position there, and so on and so forth. मैं उनके बाद उनके बच्चों के घर भी गया, you know, उनकी बेटी भाई बहनों की शादियों में गया. And what I saw that was, you know, that single opportunity changed the life of the entire families around them. You know, that was a you know, that was a big eye opener. So ultimately, I will not take any credit for it. I just would like to say that, you know, when you see someone doing the kind of work that someone's doing, I mean, you just want to be a part of it. आप चाहते हैं कि आप किसी तरह से, किसी हिसाब से कुछ आप कर सकें. And I will give all the credit to Jitendra ji, and of course the children who themselves had a lot to, you know, their success stories were written by themselves. I just was a catalyst, as Ranjan ji said. I had very little role to play in that.
Thank you for sharing your experience, and especially about Yogesh. I mean, coming from Sonipat to Shahpur Jat, 2.5 hours journey, visually impaired, and now he's a probationary officer in a bank. Well, he deserves much more. He's just about started, and I'm so happy to learn about this. And I hope the employers and the PWDs who are looking at this program or hearing these experiences get an idea as to how things can change, and change not only for your own self, but for the family. And that's what Shubho just mentioned, that the family itself, kind of the livelihood that was brought in by these children, has made the entire family look up. And I'm not saying that only that money part happened, but I think the perseverance, as he mentioned, the perseverance of the PWDs has made the whole family rise way above what they would have otherwise done. So thank you very much for sharing. So that brings me to the next one, Mr. Sandeep Bhargav. He's the former executive vice president from Vodafone. Sandeep, I believe you were in Nokia at that time. It is 2012 or so, when you provided the first ever funding from CSR for Sarthak. Further, you also got your colleagues and seniors from Finland to come down and review the impact of the funding to Sarthak itself. What was your thought process of supporting Sarthak and then convincing your organization, which of course was headquartered abroad, to fund the work being done at that time? Sarthak was just about getting onto its feet, and you were a big support to make it run subsequently. So how did that happen? Now, I want the viewers to understand here, look, where you can deploy funds in an impactful manner. It doesn't mean that you have to always look at the best and the most visible entity. But here, I would now ask Sandeep to take it forward. How, by through Sarthak, be getting that initial funding from Nokia in a very non-fussy manner. And today, Sarthak is on its feet and running and becoming a behemoth, which it's supposed to become soon. So, Sandeep, tell us about how this CSR you arranged. What prompted you to take a risk on CSR? Because CSR could have, there are other things also happening with CSR which are not so famous. But you put in good money and got a very wonderful impact. So, all ears to you.
Thank you, Atul. Let me just correct back that it was 2008 when it started with me, not 2012, and I had a incident similar to what Ranjan experienced in terms of he had Dr. Ashok Kapoor coming in. I had Dr. Agarwal and Neetu Bhullar, who was a professor in MDI that time. They both came in and requested me a football match to be supported for the visually impaired. I totally denied that, and I said I cannot support for a one-time event which they will forget. Do something, because I could see there is some power behind them, some genuinity behind them, and they both came. And I said, go back, think for 7 days, bring me something sustainable, where we can bring in much more sanctity to it and make their lives much more comfortable. So after 7 days, I rang them back, and they said, no, we have been thinking, we have not been able to really think well. So I said, okay, I have a solution. I have something in my mind, and let's see if that clicks in across the board here locally as well as Finland. We'll go about that. So I said, okay. Now I was in the GSM telecom business. So as you know, that the telecom towers are spread over across the country. And our engineers, when they were going there, they were not feeding us the reports on time. They were taking 10 days, 15 days because they were continuously on move. So I gave an idea. I told Dr. Agarwal that what we should do is that our engineer who has a mobile phone, and your people whom you are training in your institute have some phones in the office, landline or mobile, whichever way it happens. So what I can do is I can ask my engineer to dump the data to your people there, and then they can type out on a computer, make an Excel sheet and send it back to us in the system so that we get the reports from those engineers on time. So they agreed, yeah, we can try that. So they set up few computers in the building, which Mr. Ranjan gave it to Sarthak, and they started getting the reports from the field engineers. And I said, it works well. So at the same time, they didn't have any presentation. And, companies like Nokia and all believed in presentation and everything crisp to be shared. So I made their own presentation. I said, I'll make your presentation, send it back to the management in Finland and take an approval. And I will start at a very modest sum for 2 years, around 45 lakhs, I think, I believe, in those times. So we committed around 40 lakhs, 45 lakhs for 2 years. And we got the grant approved. We set up audit and monitoring mechanism. And it was very difficult to believe that one absolute new entity, which is a new NGO, and we were a young company in India as well, doing the telecom networks, to have a trust. But the kind of confidence which was shown by Dr. Agarwal and the kind of commitment and the kind of journey he had been, I think I thought on my own that there is a pure, honest, sincere request. So I pushed it forward because I was also from a similar thought process, honesty, sincerity, and commitment. I took a risk. I said, people said that if it fails, I said, I'm there, I will be responsible. But if it is a success, we all get a name together and support this movement, which finally has taken a shape, what you all see today. So we did that kind of a support for two terms, basically. And then there was a downfall, and there was a lot of hue and cry in few years where there was CSR was impacted. But these 5 years, I think, gave them a thrust to really come up, and also not only come up, but join hands with others. Like we had some partnership with Infosys, Mahindra, and many other companies who joined hands. And this really made it up. So definitely the passion which was shown by Dr. Agarwal, the kind of commitment and the kind of objective and scenario he said so, and the kind of vision I could take in, okay, if we do this, we can really make it big. And very simple thing was there, that these visually impaired cannot come to Delhi for all the time. So I said, let's make a hub and spoke arrangement. Let the hub be Delhi, but we should have satellite centers across the country so that people can go there and do their work and get the training and get employed, because you can't expect everybody to come into Delhi. And that was the reason we spread out. Luckily, we were supported in the spread out by many organizations. We were supportive and people were trained. So we got down to the village level, to the rural level, semi-urban, and to the cities where 20 centers are working today. And we have people coming in. So that's all was the kind of vision, the passion behind it. And what I foresee for Sarthak is to enable these visually impaired and the other impairments by means of technology. And that's where I think our global resource center, for which we could have a good ask from the Haryana government, and they gave us to a piece of land. It's basically, I feel strongly that technology can really bring these people to be more competent and efficient. And we are targeting, and we will continue to target technology companies to become a part of our GRC there, where we can bring in a lot of technologies, make it a local indigenization, and give it to these people so they can live their lives better. So that vision and that commitment really put me on, and I've been associated for almost now 12 years, 11 and a half to 12 years with Sarthak, and will continue to support in all areas wherever they need me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep. Some very important pieces of learning. And especially for the people, the employers who are looking to deploy CSR funds or philanthropists. It's not necessary just to, see a business plan or your outreach in the market and all kinds of paperwork that entails any such kind of funding. What is required is this, as Sandeep just said, honesty, sincerity, commitment, and the confidence shown by Dr. Agarwal himself. And that is something goes around to every PWD out there. You show that confidence, bring in that fervor, and you bring in that perseverance. Look, I want to do something different, and I want to make a life for myself. When you take the first step, I think there are 99 others which all people will take, like the people in this panel itself. So that is where it all takes. Sometimes people just ask, look, can we have a quota system? Can the government make a policy? Can we have a mandate? All those things aside, first thing is you take the first step. And I think that's how this whole CSR thing happened. And I'm very thankful that you took that risk. There was a chance that it could have gone down, that money may not have shown the right impact. But I think you also put your foot in it by creating, a hub and spoke model, by creating that piece of, let's say, the gap in your operational processing of having data reaching them and creating that Excel sheet so that your data comes in time. So it's a productivity improvement you created from within. And you created, let's say, you catalyzed jobs for PWD. So thank you very much, Sandeep, and that's good learning. Next, I'd like to go now to Dr. Bhushan Ponani ji, Executive Secretary, Blind People Association. Bhushan ji, you are from the IMA 1979 batch, and you could have joined any organization that you wanted to, where your batch folks were going to. Yet, you interned with the next door organization. I'm told IMA and the Blind People's Association have got a wall in common. And you made it the largest NGO for blind people. One can look up bpaindia.org to know more about BPA. Dr. Jitendra actually regards you as the Bhishma Pitama in terms of knowledge, guidance, and passion for PWDs. You even got the National Olympic Association of India franchise for Sarthak. So what was the turning moment in your IMA career? I guess it must have been during those 2 years of grind there. Otherwise, you would have chosen your NGO career without having to go to IMA. It would have been too painful to go to go through the IMA route anyway. So I'm very curious to know your story.
Yeah, thank you very much, Atul. Nice of you. First of all, good afternoon to everybody. It was a pleasure listening to all of you and seeing that how you supported Jitendra in different ways. I also have the unique distinction of associating with Sarthak from day one and being an active part of that. Only one small correction, Olympic SVD is not a franchisee. It's a fully owned organization by Sarthak. is a part of Sarthak family. So this organization where I was the president, the last president when it was with Amar Jyoti, we were looking for an organization which should take over Ability Association of India, which is quite a prestigious body. I'm very happy to tell all of you, after going through all the organizations across the country, we found Sarthak as the right organization because of a very great commitment of Jitendraji and very great commitment of members of the board and everyone involved in that. So we requested Sarthak to take over completely. And so today, Olympic Association of India is owned, managed and run by Sarthak, which is their entity. Now coming back to as Shri Atul Bhatnagarji asked me about my story. Story is very simple. I come from a very, very modest background from Punjab, from the rural areas, and my parents were the refugees from erstwhile Punjab, now Pakistan. So I had seen poverty, I had seen deprivation in a very, very close manner. My father was quite a leading social worker. He was a social reformer, very, very well-known person in his area. I saw him in a different way. He was enjoying what he was doing. He was very satisfied what he did. So it used to tell me that if my father could devote himself to the social change, he could be a change agent, why cannot I be? Entry to IIM was incidental. I topped my graduation from NDRA Karnal. I was definitely a topper for all the batches of that institute. I just walked into a competition of IIM. But after joining IIM, I didn't want to encash it for personal gains or for career growth. I had only one target, that I want to, experiment. I want to see whether management knowledge can be used for developmental activities, whether you could use management knowledge, the system you learn, the organizational behavior which you understand, can it be used for a purpose which serves the people, not yourself? And I had a very crazy idea that management knowledge has a great place in the NGO management, in the social change management. So I just walked across. I didn't look for any job. I just looked for a challenge. That was the only difference. I joined BPA with very clear understanding that I'll work for 2 years. And if things are happening, I'll continue. Otherwise, even without MBA, I was very well placed in Punjab. I was heading a placement, the development division of Milk Food Limited. So walking back to my own profession was never difficult because with a bright career and graduation experience of Milk Food Limited and quite a good standing in the IIM course also, I could walk back anytime. So, but I must tell you, it's the people of Gujarat and my mentor Jagdish Patel, who's no more, and they motivated, guided me so much that that period of 2 years was never over. In fact, it continued, and we started growing from day one at a meteoric rate. And just to tell you, it's unbelievable. Our growth rate from 1979 till today has been, annualized growth has been at the rate of 16% average after discounting for inflation, which is quite a sizable growth. Just to give a small figure to motivate all of you, when I joined BPA, our fixed deposit was 10 lakhs of rupees and overdraft was 7.5 lakhs of rupees. So our net worth in terms of money was only 2.5 lakhs of rupees. Today, our daily expenditure is 5 lakhs of rupees. Today, our daily fundraising is more than 1.5 lakhs of rupees. We are very strong organization. I mean, even if today every money stops, every donation, every CSR, every government grant stops, still we will survive at the rate at which we are working today. It's a very sustainable model. It's worked very well. So I'm very happy when I'm talking to you. Achievements apart, we could tell the world that even charities can be self-supporting. Charities can be viable. Charities can have a base which grows on its own. Now we're going for the new concept of the social stock exchange. We'll be definitely an organization participating in that how NGOs could become part of the social stock exchange. So that's the level of work. And coming back to my association with Sarthak, even today, for any administrative legal, personal issue, the team gets back to me whenever I have time in Delhi. I go and spend time there. And they're very small questions about Provident Fund, about gratuity, about system of payment. I feel very happy that I sit with them. We work out the solution. We follow it up. And Jitendra and the team has been in regular touch. So whenever there are any issue which needs some management advice or some tricky advice in context of NGO management, I'm always available. And only one thing to add, I mean, I will not go for the presentation, but that was different. I mean, I'll better talk for a few minutes more. I only want to request Sarthak, when whole team is on the screen and people are listening, we have to see that we are attached to our roots. We must grow. We must become the largest organization. We must go global. But we must appreciate the realities of our country. We are doing very good for employment, for early intervention, for Olympic. But we do need to work for the people with disability in the rural areas, people who are in the remote areas, people who have no knowledge, who are illiterate, who are not even aware what are their rights, what are their opportunities. They don't understand what is the Rights of Person with Disabilities Act. They don't know that they get the scholarship, they get the admission, there's the Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan or Samagra Shiksha. They don't know that they are entitled to have free education, they're entitled to have a free house, they're entitled to have employment, they're entitled to have a microcredit, interest-free. All these things are there. Our country, I must say, has done a lot of good things. We are one of the few countries which has a comprehensive law, which has a comprehensive policy, which has a set of rules and concessions and entitlements. But I'm sorry to say, they're not reaching to the people. People are not aware. And very simple thing is that if people are not aware, they will never ask for the rights. If people are not having the joint force, they will never fight for the rights. So I like to first thing remain upon and put the idea before you that Sarthak must go to the roots of people. Even if you just create awareness, even if you just make the people what are your rights, what are your entitlements, what are your opportunities, it will make a big difference. Government money goes unspent. I mean, of course, it's difficult to get government money. There are many issues. We will not go into that. But whatsoever, Sarthak is very good at getting, thanks to Bhargavji and other, CSR money and support for many corners. We should not think of the government money if the money is coming from alternate sources. CSR is a big opportunity. My organization has more than 40 partners who are the CSR partners. So there's a great opportunity. That's number one. Number two, we have to go for advocacy. We just can't be a silent organization. We just can't keep on doing good work and getting the laurels and getting expansion. We have to go in a very strong way. Advocacy does not mean that we have to go and fight on the street. It means that we have to see that what government should be doing, must be doing. The biggest problem is, as I mentioned, all these entitlements, the laws and the opportunities don't reach to the people because the system is poor. The system is not sensitized. You all are very sensitized people. But when you go to district collector or when you go to a talati or a Gram Pradhan, he does not know that people with disability do exist. People with disability have rights. They also need a house. They also need livelihood. They also need microcredit. They also need all the support. And the best part is, if you put all the disabilities together, people with disability can do each and everything. The sky is the limit. We have people who are IAS. We have people who are engineers. We have people who are IT professionals. We have people with all type of high-tech jobs and opportunities. We have people who are working in the field, working for fishing, working for dairy farming, provided they have the opportunity. But there are billions of people, I must tell all of you, sorry to be a bit gloomy, who have no access to any service of any type. They don't even get a free bus pass. They don't even get the disability certificate. They don't even get the free treatment. They don't even get the anything which should be available next door. Indira Awas Yojana or Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is the 5% is the reservation. Even in the MG Narega, Mahatma Gandhi, the Rural 20 program, there's a reservation of 5%. But these people never get it. But they're not aware. They're not aware. System is not aware. And there's nobody to link the system with these people. So this gets lost. So my second request on empowerment उत्तरी भारत में कि हमको एडवोकेसी करना चाहिए, लोगों को अवेयर करना चाहिए, लोगों को मोटिवेट करना चाहिए. Third and very important, women with disabilities are the greatest sufferers. They are lost. They are the most marginalized group of people. They are women, they are rural area, they have a disability. So we have to have a special campaign, special movement where we can cover the women with disabilities also. And fourth and very important, Sarthak is a very capable organization with a very dedicated group of board of directors and advisors, trustees and all. So it should play the lead role of becoming a link between smaller organization and the government, smaller organization and the larger organization, small organizations and the community development. So it should now change its role from a doer to a coordinator. We should not do everything ourselves. Why should we? I have 16 campuses across Gujarat and Rajasthan, but they're managed by local group of people. Why should we manage if there are people who are there to manage it? So we have to have the local participation, and we should change our role more into coordination, more into an umbrella or an apex organization which generates the thoughts and gives us. Fifth and last, inclusion. There's a new slogan. We don't have to think of which, of course, Sarthak is doing in a big way. Everything Sarthak does is inclusive. Inclusivity is there. But it needs to be in respect of every people with disability. To give a small example, you don't have to bring somebody from, say, in place like Hisar in Haryana, all the way to Delhi for a job. There are jobs in Haryana, there are jobs in Hisar. They should get all the benefits which anybody else gets because they're the citizen. They're entitled to everything which anybody else gets. So every system, every department has to cover people with disability. There's a law. This is 5% of the everything is reserved for them in the government sector. But its inclusivity is not happening. I'm sorry to say, while there are a number of good organizations, but we're not able to reach more people. So these are the 5, I should say, small pieces of advice. And wherever, fortunately, VPA does all these 5 of these in a very large way. It will be a pleasure to guide, support Sarthak in whatsoever way. And thank you very much. In fact, as far as my story goes, I mean, I'll just sum up that it was the being from IIM itself has been a big matter of credit. And one thing I like to share with you, not a self-praise, but just to, IIM completed 50 years of its existence in 2011. I mean, it became 2011. So in that year, they have to honor 43 people as the most outstanding, the distinguished alumnus. And that was a very rare occasion when IIM Ahmedabad goes back to its own alumnus and selects some people which it should honor as the distinguished alumnus. There are people like Mr. Kamath, people that are the presidents and vice presidents. They are leading the organization world over. They are the top executives and top, people in politics and in every field of life. I was very shocked, but very pleasantly surprised because of my very modest beginning and walking the road which was less traveled one and also doing something which was never believed that IIM graduate should be doing and sticking to that. Mr. Khanna, my only advantage was that I continued doing that despite all the odds and all the difficulties and all the tensions and all the problems and conflicts. I continued struggling. It was a big struggle to begin with. Of course, now we are a well-settled organization. So I'm very happy that IIM Ahmedabad honored me as a distinguished alumnus. Being alumnus of IIM and then being a distinguished alumnus of IIM is a matter of pride for anybody. But that recognition doesn't go to me. It goes to my field. It goes to the hard work of my team. My team, I have got a very, very strong team. I'm very proud that I have the best of the professionals, all my HODs. I've been trained in the best of the institutes in the world. If you talk of deaf blindness, my people are trained from Sense International in UK. If you talk of multiple disabilities, my people are trained with the Perkins International. If you talk of management, they are trained in Japan. If you talk of enterprise management, they are trained in Russia. So you got a team of people which has been trained at the best of the institutes in that area in the world. So that has made a big difference. So it's a teamwork which matters. And I see similar thing in Sarthak. Sarthak also has a very strong teamwork. And only thing is that VPA has a very unique distinction of no staff turnover. Nobody leaves VPA. Anybody joins VPA joins for lifetime. And that should be true for all the charities. If you have people who are satisfied people who come with a mission, people who come with sense of dedication, and they make some sacrifice. They do a better job, which is true for every organization. It should be. And I think Sarthak is also working in that direction, or it should be working in that direction. With this, I'd like to stop here by congratulating Sarthak for completing so many years of dedicated services. And I wish them many, many more years of even more dedicated service. You will be a global organization. We all will be proud that we are part of the organization, which is ever expanding in the right direction, at the right speed, maybe for the right part.
Thank you, Dr. Bhushan. Congratulations on your Distinguished Alumnus Award from IMA. I am indeed humbled by hearing your achievements and your passion. So, and I just wanted to let people know that I believe your doctorate was in the management of educational systems for the blind. So you have really lived up to your learnings through your education. We have got degrees, but you've got application of that knowledge. So thank you very much for that. And just to elaborate on the advocacy and getting information known, I think Dr. Agarwal must have had this conversation with you earlier, because I'm this app would have got built earlier, but we are building an app with a whole lot of these services to reach out to the PWDs even in the remotest areas. And it's not only information, there are alerts there. So if I were to advise the PWD on how to get a disability certificate, then, and if 3 days or a week later, the app will again contact, have you been to that place? Have you got what we had told you about? And so it's like a womb to tomb kind of a app which will carry forward. So it's under development, and I'm sure the idea has come from you, and we're developing it. As far as the women PWDs suffering in rural areas, I hope something like this, because mobile phone is one way to reach out to everybody, is a great tool to get people involved. And I'm so impressed that you mentioned about a 16% growth rate. I mean, social sector people don't talk about such growth rates, and you have shown through your organization how money can be made in the social sector for a good cause and through good means. So thank you very much. It's been a pleasure knowing all that you said, and this recording is going to be kept for quite some time, and people will look at it. Now that brings me to Vijay Jodhaji, who is a filmmaker, and what I'm most impressed with his credentials are that he's a writer, photographer, filmmaker based in Gurgaon. He's produced 5 books, and his work has been shown in galleries, museums, and festivals all over the world. He has 70 honors, including 17 Best Film and Best Director awards. His films have been shown over 200 countries, 75 broadcast channels like BBC, CNN, Discovery. 2 of his books and 4 of his films have been archived in the US Library of Congress. The reason I'm saying all this is, besides all this, he did a string of videos on Sarthak, initially, very initially. And he was able to, let's say, bring Sarthak's work to the common public. He used to come from Noida, and Dr. Jitendra mentions that, painstakingly, every day to cut some small clip. And this is at the initial time. Now, Vijay, this is something where Dr. Bhushan mentioned about advocacy, outreach. This is one, I'm so happy that you are here and you have shown that passion towards Sarthak before. How would you like to convert this into the next way forward? I mean, how do we now, in this post-COVID era, take Sarthak's work forward through your talent and through your expertise? Over to you.
Thank you. First of all, honor to be with these very, very distinguished panelists we have here, philanthropists, entrepreneurs, mentors. So I'm very, very happy and honored, and it's a reunion. You know, some of the people we have here, such as Mr. Ranjan or Subhavar, Mr. Sandeep Bhargav, I have filmed them while I was shooting these films with Dr. Agarwal at the initial stages when this whole initiative was being put together. Films was one part of the thing I was doing. I also, prepared grants, and we submitted there two awards for which he was shortlisted, one British award, one Indian award. And the whole idea with all the work that I had done at that stage was how do we bring, good work to prominence. I'm a media professional, obviously, so I see how it is produced. All of us, we are surrounded by media, so you can see what we get to listen or watch. And unfortunately, as we all know, a lot of the stuff we see in the media, I would say the majority of stuff we see in media is something that gets all of us either very angry or very, very depressed or disheartened or very, very cynical, and their stories, a good example is what Dr. Agarwal has done. These are the uplifting stories, these are the things which need to inspire people, that, a situation like India where you have such a serious crunch with our education and training infrastructure, even the good schools that some of us send our so-called good schools, elite schools, some of us manage to send our kids to, even there you have a lot of challenges and a lot of lacunas there. So in a situation like that, how does someone like him manage to train, unbelievable number of people, 16,000, 18,000 people, and without charging a single penny to them? How does he manage to do that? Put them to very good, respectable, well-paying jobs? How does he manage to do that? So this is the stuff that has to go out, and fortunately I've been doing a lot of work with people like these, grassroots change makers in a variety of situations, not just disability, all kinds of issues, and photo projects, film projects, all kinds of stuff. And what I feel from a media perspective, it is very, very crucial that we support each other and try to push this kind of good work out there. Most people have no idea at all about it, and in terms of taking the work further, I'm of opinion that, we have to build bridges. There are a lot of organizations in India. We don't have very many foundations. And as I said, the way media works in India leaves a lot to be desired. But internationally, there are a lot of places where they are interested in this kind of stuff. And if you take it to that level, and it can go, there's no reason why it should inspire only people in India. There are people in Africa or any other part of the world where they need to be also, inspired as well as guided by these things, because we learn from some country, some society, some example, and vice versa. I have done stuff with UNESCO in which, I have worked with performing artists, for example, from dozens of countries, and they're brilliant people, and all of them happen to be physically challenged in some manner. And despite that, they've achieved so much which most of us cannot even think of. So it is possible to do that. One has to build partnerships, and one has to highlight the good work. Good work, I don't mean just somebody like Dr. Agarwal, but also work like the people we have here on the panel, people who have been doing full-time, regular, normal job and having the same preoccupation as all of us, that we need to do well in our profession, we need to make good money, we need to make sure our families are well taken care of, and, all the other things, our employees, people, if we have a big operation, people working for us are well provided for, etc., etc. And of course, the challenge of running any kind of enterprise. And parallel to that, how do we manage to do these other things? That is something. So, it's entrepreneurs as well as philanthropists, as well as the disability or PWD or Divyang, whatever you want to call them, the experts. How do you go out and do things like that? That is my thought.
Thank you. You rightly pointed out media. The role that media should play and is playing, seem to be a gap right now, and we need more people like you to come up with the change maker story. As you said, grassroots change makers. I think there are a number of them, and we just heard a few stories which make your hair stand up and make you feel that yes, you are part of a bigger set of people who are doing good things in life and that need to be brought forward. So it'll be great to kind of connect with you and how you can weave a story from whatever you've heard so far and how you can paint the picture for PWDs going forward in the new era. Media can play a big part in reimagining this world that's going to come in the new era now. Mr. Vikram, we kind of missed you initially because we couldn't get your video right. So, well, I heard that you've been also very active with Sarthak trainees and employed a lot of them through job fairs in Jaipur. And you've been a great partner for that in that way. So again, what do you want to say about it and how you want to, I mean, since you missed the initial part, maybe I leave it to you. To how do you want to cover it up now?
Okay, thank you so much, sir. And I'm very overwhelmed with the panelists, and I've heard everyone so far, and it's so inspiring and so uh, great to know what everybody is doing in their own field and also part of Sarthak. And let me congratulate you, sir, for taking this uh, panel and moderating in such a wonderful way. I think Mr. Agrawal had chosen the right person to moderate this panel. So, well, everybody has a story to tell, and I also have a story which how I met Mr. Agrawal. I think it was way back in 2012. In 2012, somebody called me up from Delhi and said, "Well, there's an organization Delhi based who wants to expand in Jaipur and want to have a first roundtable conference. And would you like to help them to find job for disabled people?" And at that point of time, I had too many things happening around. I had my own export business. I was also part of this a group initiative where I took 20 exporters on board, and we were planning a sustainable textile production in Jaipur. So I had plenty. So I said, sorry, I don't think I'll be in any capacity to help Mr. Agarwal, but I'm keen to meet him. I mean, I'm ready to meet him, but I don't think I'll be able to help him at this stage. So a meeting was fixed, and I happened to be outside my building in the courtyard, where I saw Mr. Agrawal being escorted by some gentleman, and the gentleman was telling him to take steps right or steps further or turn left or turn right, and I was watching him coming towards me, and in the first appearance, Dr. Agrawal, he doesn't seem that he has lost his vision. He looked perfectly fine to me. And then he sat and then he said, "Mr. Joshi, your place is quite peaceful and calm, and it's beautiful." Peaceful and calm was understood. I could make out what he must have like heard or whatever. But beautiful, I couldn't relate. And I said, "Sorry, sir, but how do you know it's beautiful?" He said, "Well, I heard a lot of birds while coming in. And birds can only be in or their habitat in such a place where they feel comfortable or they feel secure. So I'm sure your place must be beautiful. That's why the birds are also chirping here." Anyway, that takes me back in 2012. And I was so impressed, and impressed to an extent that he actually opened my eyes, seriously. It was something which I had never thought of, that a person who has lost his vision, which is he was not born with that. He later on lost it, and it's something which he was now disconnected. And instead of asking a favor, he's giving back to the society, which was so you know overwhelming. So I immediately said, "Mr. Agrawal, Dr. Agrawal, I'll definitely be part of your, whatever initiative, but give me some time, and I'll get back to you." And I then started reading about his initiatives. I started reading about what he has done, and then the first center which was started in Jaipur, I was part of it, and every time I go to the center, every time I'm also an advisor to the center. So every time I go there, I come back with story. I come back with a lot of humbleness. I'll come back with a lot of a heart to be giving, like Dr. Agrawal. And I'm fortunate that he has chosen me, he has given me this opportunity to be part of the Sarthak team. And I won't take much of everybody's time because I've heard everyone. It's wonderful to know everyone, especially Sandeep I met personally in Jaipur. He came a couple of times. Subor, it was wonderful meeting you and seeing you. And Vijay, the filmmaker, amazing what he rightly said, the visuals, what we are getting these days through the media, it's so disturbing and it's so saddening. And to create something positive is something we should be looking at. And Ranjan and Dr. Bhushan and Dineshji, who has been with the Sarthak team right from the beginning, it's a great learning. It's really a great learning from you all. And Sir Atul, I think you could be the best person to conclude this. I was supposed to conclude this whole meeting and to read out, but I think you would be the right person because you've been so meticulously taking notes. You're so observant, detailing you're detailing in terms of understanding things. It's so great. So I'll leave it to you. Just piece of few things if I would be allowed to add on. With this pandemic situation, we are, facing, everybody is facing that, and not only just us, it's all over, it's all across the world. So we are on the same platform everywhere. Whether you're American, whether you are German, whether you are Indian, you're on the same platform. So I think we should be looking at 3 R's at this moment, which is we have to reimagine, we have to reorient ourselves, and we have to rethink. And just to give you a little brief about Jaipur Center, we have trained so far about 1,300 people, and out of which only 664 got the job. But when I look at the figures which I got it from the government department for the 2011, not latest, this is 2011, there are 15 lakh 63,000 kids of disabled people who have registered with Rajasthan government, and 80% of them, they come from the rural background. Now, with the situation when we are looking at the reverse migration, we have to rethink that we need to focus our training, our area of work towards back to the village, because 80% of the PWP come from the rural background. So instead of my submission would be, instead of seeking a job for them in the cities, I think let's work towards areas where they can. A craft is one great possibility. I've been associated with the craft for the last 35 years. So craft is one great possibility where we can train people in their own habitat. And the other area is the rural tourism. So thank you so much, sir. And thank you, everyone, all the panelists. I think it was great learning, and I'm overwhelmed. Thank you so much.
Atul, can I share, respond to something with Vikram shared, and I've been wanting to talk about this, that I'm very keen on working in terms of thinking, contributing in whatever way to get employment in rural areas. So I want to apply myself, whatever resources I can contribute. For example, to take Rajasthan or Jaipur or whatever, doesn't matter. As long as it's not a main city, it's rural. I think this is a great opportunity we have to get. For example, I am moving IT job to Uttarakhand. For the first building is already coming up and all set up. We don't need any large, massive infrastructure project. छोटी सी जगह में हम लोग बहुत लोगों को रिमोटली नौकरियां दिलवा सकते हैं, एंड सार्थक के बच्चों के लिए जो भी कर पाए remotely, so they don't have to travel all the way to a big city given the scenario. And I would be happy to work on that. So if Dr. Jitendra is listening, he can take this up. We can connect on this.
I've been recently been asked by ILNFS, Infrastructure Leasing and Finance Company, to be part of the team to work on the reverse migration and to create a smaller hubs in the rural sector to create job opportunities, uh, craft based on crafts, because that's my core area where I've been working. So I'll be more than happy to share my
एक चीज है क्राफ्ट्स में जो डिजाइन एलिमेंट इन्वॉल्व करना है, यू नो, सो दैट वी नॉर्मली, आई डोंट नो आज के दिन में क्राफ्ट्स कैसे पहुंचा है. मेनी इयर्स अगो आई वाज इन्वॉल्व and for some reason we were not working on at a global level design. You know, if we can bring global design to local crafts, we'll have some magic and we can talk about this particular area. एक चीज और मैं अतुल just wanted to record. We have something called digital university solution which we are offering to our customers, and I would like to offer it to Sarthak. जो ट्रेनिंग के लिए बच्चे आते थे, ट्रैवल करते थे, अब वो अगर हो गया ऑलरेडी, वी हैव अ यूनिवर्सिटी फ्रॉम Sarthak, इट्स फाइन. अदरवाइज द प्रोडक्ट इज रेडी. आई वुड नीड समबडी फ्रॉम Sarthak टीम ऑन इट, एंड जो दिल्ली ऑफिस है उसमें वी कैन मेक दिस हैपन. जो कोर्सेज हैं हमारे, इंक्लूडिंग वीडियो एंड ऑडियो एंड वेरी whatever format which works for the audience of Sarthak, वो प्लेटफॉर्म रेडी है, उस पर कंटेंट डालना है और चालू कर सकते हैं जल्दी से. तो ये दो चीजें मेरे माइंड में आए while listening to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Ranjan. Sorry, I have to now stop this panel because, you know, the organizers after me that they want food for stomach now, that there's too much food for thought. So thank you everyone for that. There aren't very many questions who are really relevant because I think we were all doing the storytelling. So people have got very inspired by stories. I have been, definitely. So in this, where there's an adversity, new opportunities coming up. Ranjan, I'm so happy to hear about this digital university. I've always dreamt of a boundaryless university where, I mean, if I were to go through my same educational career, I might like to do some physics from MIT and economics from St. Stephen's and sitting at home. So can I do that? And don't have to be the CBSE, ICSE curriculum of PCMB and PCM, etc. So that's a great idea. I mean, now, since people are going to be so tech dependent, I think we need to develop that infrastructure for our PWD colleagues to be able to handle this from whichever part of the country they are in. So with that, well, I just want to say thank you to all of you for giving your time, for giving ye dil ki baat. I mean, that is what I would like to term this panel as. आप लोगों ने दिल से बात की, बहुत अच्छा लगा. Thank you very much. Namaskar.